What's going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. As young men, from childhood, we might build certain bonds. With individuals just going to school every day, going outside to play, you always have your circle of people you gravitate to and choose to rotate with. It starts early. Some of them relationships could bloom into real brotherhoods, but sometimes the problem is thinking you know a person so good or knowing how they move when you really don't. Rest in peace to Tupac. In the song Changes, he had a line that stated, "I wish we could go back to how we played as kids, but things change, and that's just the way it is." Meaning you could start off with no worries, growing up together or being homies, but life can take you down different paths that sometimes don't involve dealing with the same people you once vibed with. Some will link back up and try to force it until they realize, I don't even really know bro like that no more. And then it's that other side of street life. You get close to a person, y'all build a bond, you know they are a little on the cruddy side, but you feel like that energy is only directed towards other people, not me, because that's my homie. But over time, if circumstances change and your so-called homie starts to look at you as a come up, that friendship can quickly turn to betrayal. On a real life movie tip like Juice. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we will be taking it to St. Petersburg, Florida to discuss the case of a man accused of a hit on his friend and his girlfriend. Back in 2021, Jerome was a 23-year-old man trying to make a better way in life. Growing up fast in the Florida streets, his father would go to prison when Jerome was only 12 years old, making him feel like he had to be the man of the house and look out for his mother and siblings. Jerome would eventually have a run-in with police as well as he got a little older. Like some young men trying to navigate in tough environments, trying to find a way out, he would be arrested for attempted burglary charges and sentenced to 2 years in the Florida Department of Corrections. But Jerome had something to motivate him to change his life for the better. A little girl who he ended up missing the first year and a half of her life due to incarceration. But once he got released, he wanted to turn his life around. He came home and got 2 jobs at 2 different restaurants to support his baby girl and to be a good father, taking her to parks, Chuck E. Cheese, making up for lost time. While working, he met a co-worker named Larissa Williams. The young lady was working at a restaurant with Jerome, and they became close friends. She was 27 years old with 3 kids of her own, 2 little boys and a little girl, in which she as well was trying to get back on her feet and get her life back on track after serving 18 months in jail. They were on the same type time and place in their lives and connected. Jerome had a homeboy so close to his family, he called him a cousin. 35-year-old Andre Watkins. Being older and also caught up in the streets, Andre had just came home from a bid himself after serving a 3-year sentence for felony battery and aggravated assault. But that wasn't his first rodeo. Andre had did a previous 11-year sentence for armed robbery and selling girl, and another 1-year sentence for battery. But Jerome had love for Andre and didn't judge him at all. He was his homie. But on February 10th, 2021, Jerome's family got a frantic knock on the door on a late night, stating Jerome had been shot. The man who broke the news to them was Andre, the person they considered family. He stated he was in a vacant lot. The car crashed into a trailer. As police were called in the early morning hours, Jerome's family got to the location as well, on the 1400 block of 34th Street South. Jerome's mother noticed it was indeed her daughter's car, in which Jerome sometimes drove. She glanced through the window to see 2 people, but couldn't tell if it was Jerome or not because of all the damage and blood on the scene. But as police secured the scene, the horrible news would hit the family. Unfortunately, it was both Jerome and Larissa. They were both suffering from multiple gunshot wounds and pronounced gone at the scene. In shock, Jerome's family was confused on what could have happened. Larissa's family were also hurt and confused as well. Detectives had no clue. Andre, the family friend, offered his condolences and comfort, even offering Jerome's mother $10 for gas money, consoling her and the family. She wondered, how did Andre even know Jerome was shot so fast, but just thought he recognized the car or was in the area and heard the shots, so she brushed it off. Andre was real helpful during the family's hard times, even stopping by daily, asking was everything okay and how the investigation was going. St. Pete police discovered it was surveillance cameras in the area that showed Jerome and Larissa pull up in the car and a man approached with a blick, instantly shooting in the car around 1 o'clock a.m. Jerome tried to drive off, but eventually crashed nearby. Detectives released a still photo of the suspect to the news. It was real grainy and no one thought they recognized the man. Jerome's mother and family would plead for answers and help from the community. But as days went by, they soon noticed Andre stopped coming around. They found it strange he was so overly invested in the case, then just disappeared. And as Jerome's family really studied the picture of the suspect, a light bulb clicked in their heads. It looked just like Andre from the clothes and build of the man. Detectives also received tips Andre was the possible shooter of his own homie and his girl, who he called the cousin. A warrant was soon put out for the man. Not long after they received the tip, he was staying at a motel called the Bayway Inn, located on 4400 34th Street South. They went to the area, but Andre had barricaded himself inside a room and would not come out. As the standoff made headlines in the news, the community and Jerome and Larissa's family and friends showed up at the motel. SWAT teams were called and the streets in all directions were blocked off. People stood outside for hours to see what would happen. Then after 4 hours of standing off with police, Andre was finally taken into custody. As family and friends clapped, feeling betrayed by a man they called family. Detectives alleged it was a drug deal gone bad that caused the couple their lives. Andre was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. As of now, the case hasn't made its way to trial, and he is innocent until proven otherwise. Rest in peace to Jerome and Larissa. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to their families. It's crazy. The two were both just coming home, trying to get their lives together, and this happened. I'm not sure if it was really a drug deal or just beef, but Andre allegedly backdoored his little homie, who he called family, and hit an innocent young woman who seemed to be just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Then hugged Jerome's mother, offered her money, and tried to check on the investigation. That's next level cruddy and snaked out. Watch who you let in your circle. It's sad to say, most hits come from inside. Someone who knows you and how you move. Everybody doesn't deserve to be called a friend. So remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Man, that's a crazy situation. Rest in peace to both of them. Y'all heard the story. I ain't gonna talk y'all head off. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Remember to be respectful. This is another episode of Hood Tales. Appreciate you if you made it to the end. This your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.